Hello, this is Adam Began, and I'm the host of Historically Haunted Show, where I talk about some very rare historical and haunted locations that I visited. I also interview some of the very best in the paranormal and cryptozoology field. So tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Paranormal King Radio Network. And prepare to be educated about the unknown. Hello, historians. Welcome back to another great episode of the Historically Haunted Show right here on the Paranormal King Radio Network. I'm your host, Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter. And right off the bat, I got someone, I'm sure you guys have seen this all week long. I've had a lot of the members of the New England Society for Psychic Research, Ed Lorrain's brainchild, N.E.S.P.R for short. And I've had Tony on, and I've talked to Dan in the past. And I'm going to talk to someone who's kind of... he gets his hands dirty, but he doesn't get a lot of the love, but he keeps it that way. But I want to bring him to light. A lot of you do know him, so it's not a secret. Chris Gilloren, how are you, brother?
Hey guys, how are you?
Great, man. I'm glad.
How are you?
Good. I'm glad you could put some time aside for us tonight, man. You're kind of the unsung hero of the team. You're kind of under the radar. A lot of the close ones know you, but you keep it that way. You, like you say, you don't really care for the limelight, but I'm glad you came on with us today, man.
No, I wouldn't miss it. I'm glad you asked me to be on. It's going to be fun. Friday night, here we are.
Yes, absolutely. Friday night. Everybody in chat, I see you guys all there. UFO Fred Richards, who was at the Warren Paracon last year. Of course, is we get the Bog Winterborn award-winning cryptic hunter. Sounds a lot like Jimmy, Mr. Haunted Petinito, but maybe not. Steve Johnson King. So you guys go ahead and feel free to ask any questions to Chris. We're talking a little bit before the show, and I just wanted to say thank you. Also, Chris is a police officer in Connecticut, and you've been doing this for how long now?
Close to 30 years.
Wow,
a long time. I lost count, but it's pretty close to 30, maybe 28, something like that.
Wow. Well, thank you for your service. That's not an easy job, and that's really cool.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. And you're also, I'm going to touch on a lot of stuff, of course, Annabelle, all that good stuff, but I want to get to know the real Chris. For those of you that don't know Chris or follow him on Facebook, you're quite the avid baseball fan. That's a fact for sure.
That's true. Yeah, no, I'm a big Yankee fan.
The dreaded Yankees.
I know you're probably in Red Sox land up there up north, but yeah, I'm a Yankee fan, big Yankee fan. Actually, I just got a book. Somebody gave it to me. It's Baseball and Ghost. I haven't really opened it yet, but the title, I mean, you can't beat that.
Oh my God, that's right up your alley, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So you've been a Yankees fan
I don't know
for a
how
long
it
time.
showed up. It showed up in my garage somehow. I don't know where it came from.
People leaving you gifts, fan mail, like something, right? Maybe. That's actually pretty cool. Baseball and Ghost. What are the odds of that?
No, it's definitely cool. I can't wait to open it up.
That's cool. Who's your all-time favorite? Is it DiMaggio, the Babe?
I'm a big Don Mattingly fan. Donnie Baseball.
Donnie. Wow. Former Red Sox. Oh, no, he wasn't a Red Sox, was he? No, that was Wade Boggs.
No.
That was Wade Boggs. That's right.
That's right. Don Mattingly. Donnie Baseball. That's who I grew up with. That was my guy.
That's right. He had that super cool porno mustache.
Yeah, he did. They all did back then.
That's true. In the 80s, it was kind of, everybody wanted the flavor saver back then. That's kind of what lasted around. So let's, I want to touch base for, like I said, for those of you who don't know, we're talking to Chris Gilloren, and he is a member of N.E.S.P.R. He's, a family member, really. He's been around with them forever. Did you actually, I should know this, but I don't right off the bat. Did you actually get to talk with Ed and Lorraine? You must, obviously Lorraine you did, but I know Ed passed away a long time ago.
Actually, I only got involved with them about maybe 10, 11 years ago. I only got involved in the paranormal like maybe 14, 15 years ago.
Really?
Just kind of, yeah, I got kind of interested in some of the shows that were on TV, and I was like, I want to do this stuff. Or I was, not that I wanted to do it, but I wanted to check it out. I wanted to experience it. So I had contacted somebody on Facebook who was kind enough to let me come and join him on a couple of investigations. And, he asked me to be on the team, and I did. I stayed on for a little bit, but I realized, and this is actually pretty important for people that are, new to getting into, the paranormal and investigating. Find a team that really fits you and has your same objectives. Because that group that I was in, it wasn't really my fit. They did things that were, things I didn't really care for. So I left, and I got a hold of Dan Rivera. Dan was with another group. It was him and another guy, John. And I forget, I can't even remember the name of the group, but I teamed up with them. And then Dan and I went out on our own, and we started. We formed the name of Old School Paranormal, and we did that for a few years. It was me and him and a few other guys that we took on, and we kept it old school, and we did everything like Ed and Lorraine did. It was pretty simple. We had the recordings. We had the recording devices. We didn't go really high tech. We kept it really simple, and we focused mainly on, the people, not so much maybe the building. I mean, we did a lot of stuff that were in buildings. We used to do the Derby Opera House all the time. That was like our home, our home field, our home building. I mean,
Derby, Connecticut. I've heard of that. It's on my bucket list. Yes. That's cool.
We had free access to that, and we investigated that all the time. We got so much incredible evidence out of there. But our focus was on people, and that's kind of how we got tied in with Tony and Lorraine, probably back 11 years ago. And me and Tony, myself and Dan, went to one of their Warrenologies that they used to do right in Lorraine's living room. There would be a group of people, and you'd sit right in Lorraine's living room, and Tony would talk and show a couple of videos, and then Lorraine would be getting ready in her bedroom, and she'd come out, and she'd talk to everybody. And it was just amazing, and she was so great. And me and Dan, we kind of helped out that night. And from there, just, we had a friendship. Dan became really close with Lorraine. And, I kind of tagged along a little bit, along with that whole thing. And then we just ended up with N.E.S.P.R, with Tony, and doing investigations with Tony and Lorraine. And it was amazing. It really was. To watch Lorraine work, I'm lucky enough that I was there on her final investigation.
Wow.
It was just amazing. Just to watch her do her thing. The stuff you used to see on TV or in videos where she'd walk in and she'd read the room or read the building. And to be a part of that was, I'm really blessed. I'm really thankful for it.
That's amazing. I'm trying to live through your story right now. I can just see her coming because she's got an aura about her. I mean, I've never met her, but I can just see her presence and everything, the mystique of her and the elegance and just the knowledge is, wow, that's really cool. That's a cool story. You're right front and center. And I know Danny has a special place in her heart, but she loved all of you. I mean, you could tell in the videos I've seen, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, you guys were her family. I mean, she loved you all. Like,
you know what? She felt like that about everybody. Everybody she met, she took her time with everybody. She's just an amazing person. I don't know how she does it, because I lose interest in All right, this isn't enough. You're trying to get away, and you try to look back. What would Lorraine do? She wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But it's Ed was different though. Ed wanted to go. When Ed and Lorraine went to lectures, come on, Lorraine, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Oh.
They wanted to go. They wanted to. Tony and Ed wanted to go eat at the diner afterwards after a lecture, and Lorraine's there talking to everybody. She had a line of people that wanted to talk to her, and she would sit there and talk until everybody. She'd talk to everybody.
Oh man,
That's
cool. I tell you, because like when we went for the night for Annabelle, I got tickets because my mom passed away, and my mom passed away 3 months before Lorraine, so I didn't get to meet her. But when I met you guys in 2019 at Roberto's, man, I could see.
Yeah, I remember.
Like you remember that? Yeah, you were at the door, and I came in, and oh, that's so cool. I still get the picture.
Yeah.
Heather actually shared the picture from the Warren Con that we took together. It looked kind of weird in chat. It's hard to size it, but
yeah,
you guys.
We'll take another one.
Oh, I love that. You guys, that's one thing I want to say is having met you guys twice, I think Lorraine is still, I think you guys all came together with Lorraine because you're like that. Like none of you have big heads. None of you act like your shit don't stink. And you're very cool. Like, sure, you were busy at the Paracon, but you still had time for a picture with me. And I remember in the comments you wrote, I'm sorry I didn't get to see you too much, bud. Maybe next time, but you guys are all, just that really comes in this field that's big because there's a lot of heads and egos. As you know, a lot of I'm not gonna name drop, but
tough sometimes.
It is tough, but you're very well grounded, and I think that's why you fit the team, and the whole team just is like that. We got a question from.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely, Chris. That's absolutely. Trying to keep up with the question. Sorry, guys. Bog Winterborn, award-winning cryptic hunter. Sounds a lot like Jimmy Haunted to me, but anyway, He's got a question.
I never heard of him. It sounds like he's gonna be a burden.
He might be a pest, but we'll keep him afloat. He's got a question. Oh, is it? Okay. So it's actually a question from King, I think. He maybe reposted it. But King asked you, that's our boss, my boss Ross, we talked to before. Does Chris, oops, I lost the question again. Does Chris's law enforcement background help him with paranormal investigations, or do you find it in a different way, maybe more relaxing?
Well, there's a couple. Sometimes it gets me into places that, maybe are off limits. I mean, it has its benefits in that respect. Maybe a house that I know is haunted, I get to go in, and other people don't. But, it does because I feel doing this, we know that there's maybe a truth behind what's going on that we might not look for. And I try to remain optimistic and open to not just what we think might be a ghost, but, that there might be a more logical explanation. And, I when you're a police officer or any form of nurse, a doctor, fireman, you always want to kind of help people. So, maybe I'm a little more willing to want to help people and more than look for that evidence of a ghost or a spirit. I know it's there. I don't need evidence to know that there's spirits out there and demonic entities. I know it's all out there. I don't need the evidence anymore. I'm past that at this point. And
I like how you put that.
I like how hobby.
I like how you say that, how you're past that. Because I think a lot of people are just kind of the weekend warrior thrill seeker. They see Zach Baggins. They just want to go out.
I just want to say there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not my thing. I get it. I get why people do it. It's just not my thing. Don't get me wrong. If something happens and I'm there and I'm like, holy shit, that was awesome.
Right, right.
Can I swear?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, it's uncut, brother. Absolutely. No, absolutely. No, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean because, like you say, it's good at all aspects. But at the same time, I mean, you're in it for first and foremost to help someone. And like you say, you've kind of already, dude. You guys handled Annabelle. I mean, what like there's not much that you haven't seen at this point, I guess, right?
Right.
That's,
I'm sure there's lots I haven't seen. There's lots that I hope I don't see, but
that's true.
But yeah, I mean, it's for me and for most of the people on my team, it's about the the families and the individuals that we try to help.
I love that. And that's, of course, that's in your blood with being a police officer, to protect and serve anyway. So now you're just doing it again in another field, so to speak, but kind of related as far as like investigations, sure. I guess, sure. Great picture. Heather, my girl Heather, Witch and Life Guide, shared a great picture of you in chat, you and Tony at Roberto's, getting ready to unveil Annabelle at their Italian restaurant. Look at that. Tony's got the mic and there's Chris on the other side.
Let me check
great
it out
picture.
there.
That's a great picture. I'd say like Tony doesn't really have a right-hand man. I know Dan's kind of like right there, but I feel like you're all like, when I went and saw you guys at the first Warren Con, which was a smashing success, you you guys are all running around, like not sweating, but you guys are not all over your head, but you guys definitely got a lot of more people than maybe you thought.
Well, yeah. We were. I don't want to say we were over our head, because we knew how many people were coming.
Right.
Not having done anything like that, we just didn't know, what to expect.
Right.
And the location at the hotel, they were great, but they had oversold themselves. They told, hey, we can handle 1,500 people. All right, well, we're going to sell 1,500 tickets if we can. And sure enough, we did. We sold that first day out, I think by the end of May. And we were like, you want to do another day?
Wow.
All right, let's see if we can get everybody on board, because we had to get the vendors and speakers. We needed everybody for that second day. And, UFO Fred, he was like, yeah, I'll stick around the second day. And everybody did. Everybody was like, yeah, let's do it. We'll stick around the second day. And then we ended up selling that second day out.
Oh my God.
And we had to make adjustments because the hotel has a church group there in one of the rooms on Sunday. So we had to move our all the items to another room, and the line. The only lucky thing is it didn't rain that second day. And
that's right. It stayed off. That's right.
Yeah, the first day it rained. It was pouring out, and people waited outside. I felt awful. I mean, we all did. Everybody. We didn't expect lines. People were waiting outside for hours, and I'm not saying we didn't get complaints. Of course, we got complaints. We had 1,500 people there on Saturday, but I think once they got inside, it was they knew it was well worth it. We had we had a lot of good things that we heard people say, and
oh my God,
and they were happy to see Annabelle and all the items and be a part of it, and I guess it was worth waiting outside. But let me tell you this year's at Mohegan Sun, and the sun's out inside the building all day, so you won't have to worry about standing outside in the rain, because you can wait in line, and you'll be inside, and it's going to be bigger. So the room, the museum room is going to be bigger, so we're going to fit more people in there. So the line shouldn't be as long. And even if it is long, you can come into the vendor area or go watch a speaker, and then come back later. I mean, we're not gonna close the museum down until everybody gets through. And you can even take a break. You can even go into the casino and play some slots if you want for a little while.
Yeah, go throw some craps on the one-armed bandit. That's cool.
Yeah, that's it.
And well, that's cool, because I want to say, like, obviously, like, you guys have done this, but that was your first Paracon. So, like you say, also, you didn't really know. I mean, you do know what was going on, but you didn't. But I honestly, dude, it was worth it. Seeing all you guys in there. I saw friends from all across. I feel like people came from California, even England.
They came from everywhere. They came from Italy. I mean, and this was during COVID. COVID was still going on.
Yeah. That's right too.
Time, which amazes me. But we had people from Italy, Mexico, South America, all over the place. I think Canada, they wouldn't let Canadians in.
That was you. Oh, sorry, Ross.
That was unfortunate. Plato wasn't able to come, and
that's right.
They weren't able to come because they couldn't get through the border there.
That's right, Sister Kenya. Right. Okay.
But we've already for this one, we've already sold tickets to people in Denmark, some Brazil, Mexico City, and Canada as well, and several other countries. It's just it's amazing the following that Annabelle has.
Wow. Well, that's actually Heather Witchen's got another question. She wanted to know how sold out are you for this one, for this year's?
We plan on selling out, but we're still early on. We have plenty of tickets right now.
Okay, and that's Mohegan Sun. That's at the, if everybody listening, that's a big casino in Connecticut. I actually saw Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie there a long time ago. It is huge. And that is the 29th of October, right?
The 29th of October. We also have a VIP party. That's the night before, on the 28th, where if you want to come to that, you can do so. We're going to have all the guests there. I don't know if you heard about all the guests that we have that have signed on with us, but we have Nick Ruff from Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Lockdown, his wife Tessa. She does she'll do a gallery reading with Nick, and then they'll do a question and answer actually for their show, their lecture. But they'll be at the VIP party. Keith and Carl Johnson, they'll be there, of course.
The twin brothers from the Conjuring house, yeah.
That's right. There would be no Conjuring movie if they didn't bring Ed and Lorrain.
They actually contacted Ed and Lorrain. For those of you that don't know, Ed and Lorrain did do the Conjuring in Rhode Island, but these brothers got Ed and Lorrain, and they're still actively. Right. One of them is duo demonology with I can't think of his name right now. I should. He's my friend of mine.
James Anito.
James Anito. There we go. Yes, thank you, Chris.
Another great guy.
He's a great guy too. Okay, so the chat's blowing up. I got to get to some questions. People are getting mad.
Sure,
Great picture again. Heather Witch and Caminiti just shared a picture of you on the throne at the Supernatural Con. You on the throne of stone. King Chris. Oh, you love it. Don't you love it? You're a funny dude, man. I love the stuff you share. We're talking to Chris Gilloren, everybody from N.E.S.P.R. Thank you, Ross King, for listening. Real quick, everybody in chat. Steve Johnson, Witch and Heather, the atheist who believes. I wonder if that's my boy Dylan from Plymouth, the horror collector. That could be him.
Dylan.
Dylan could be him if it is. What's up, Dylan? Betsy, UFO Fred's listening. He was at Warren Con last year. He'll probably be there this year. Great dude. Joe Mello, Charles Martin. The Satanic Idol is listening. Oh, wow. That's actually one of your pieces. It's actually listening. George Cannon. I believe it could be. I want to ask you a question. So I know this because like I said, I've seen you guys and I've watched videos, but for those listening that don't know, how do you guys go about, I know it's blessed every day, the Warren Occult Museum, but as far as transporting these items, how do you guys go about that? Is there a certain vehicle, a certain cloth or something?
Well, we take a lot of precaution, obviously. When we, that the museum is blessed, every month or so, and the items are blessed. The priest walks through it and blesses it with the holy oil, holy water. Plato has done it before, and we've had incense in there. But when we have to move the items, obviously there's a little extra care that's taken. We'll bless them again. Everybody's blessed, and we'll constantly with the holy water. We don't. We're not stingy on the holy water when we're moving stuff. But when last time we had a van, we had to rent a van to bring all our stuff to the Paracon last year. And actually, the guy that was supposed to drive, a shout out to Rick Clark, one of our guys. Do you know Rick?
Oh, Ricky with his dog Raven. Oh, we follow Rick. Yeah. He's had some health issues or whatever. We love Rick. He's a great photographer too.
Rick's great. He was extremely hesitant to drive the van. He's like, I'm not sure about this, guys, and which I totally get. But
that's
we
a
take
scary job.
The vehicle, we bless the vehicle. and we drive 55.
Wow. See, that's definitely
we drive the speed limit.
Oh yeah, I hope. Yeah, that's a good one. Explain to a cop, you get pulled over. What's all this? Oh, you wouldn't believe it if I told you.
Right.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's Plato was great. Plato blessed us. I know he's your exorcist, and he does a lot for the Vatican. I know he's stuck in Canada, but he's a good dude. He blessed us at that meeting, and I watched the videos on YouTube. You guys outside of the museum in Monroe, lining all up with the whole prayers, and yeah, you take it very seriously for sure. Oh, there's a satanic idol there. Great picture, Heather. That was from the Warren Con this year. Even there's Jimmy and Chris outside of the Derry Public Library. Great picture, Heather. Or Derby, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's a haunted library. Actually, we Dan and I and me and Dan were the very first people to get to investigate that Derby library, and
that's cool.
And I don't even think they let anybody in there anymore. I'm not sure to do investigations, but we had gone in there. It was great. It was I can't remember the date now, but anyway, we had gone in, and I don't think we weren't part of N.E.S.P.R yet. We were still with Old School Paranormal doing our thing, and we had gone in there, and we were in actually with the new part of the library. And Dan was walking with we had the lights off, and Dan was walking with his handy cam, and I was audio recording with my recorder, and we also had night vision set up. And Dan had been walking through, and he bumps into a chair, and almost trips. So later on, a couple of days later, we're listening to the recording, and we picked it up on all three recordings, on his night vision, on the night vision cameras, my recorder, and Dan's Sony cam, handy cam. And he bumps into it, and a voice comes out and calls him an asshole in a British voice. He goes,
"No,
asshole." and then it goes, it clear as day. He goes, asshole. And he goes, I'm all right now. Almost like he got bumped into, and he called Dan an asshole. And then it says, it's all right. It's okay now. It was incredible. Just that was a great one.
I mean, well, especially as you know, living in Connecticut, and especially New England, that's a lot of Britain land. This is all it was. I mean, the British people.
Right.
I mean,
right.
You know what I mean? They still have Benedict Arnold Day in Connecticut or whatever. They throw rocks into the streets from. Holy shit! Wow, that's some good. Wow.
No, that was good.
I got to ask you personally. Do you keep your own? You must keep your own, like not stats, but your own evidence log, or do you have like a folder or whatever? For you personally,
we had a lot of that stuff on a laptop, and it was Dan's laptop, and I think Dan had lost it, and so we lost a lot of evidence. But we did have some. It might still be on YouTube. It's a good question. We have to ask Dan next time we talk to him.
Well, I got to give Mr. Riviera on.
yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's that picture was by
that place was right down the street from the Derby Opera House. So that whole area, that whole street there, that whole town, Derby, a lot of activity.
Derby, Connecticut. Yeah, I've. It sounds like it's got a special place in your heart for sure. Having it be basically one of the first big places you've ever done, I guess.
Well, I grew up in Derby. That's my hometown.
No shit. Well, that makes sense.
I was always fascinated by the Opera House, and there's a lot of other. There's one place that we go to all the time. It's an old Victorian home that we have. The owner, who's a big supporter of N.E.S.P.R as well. They let us go basically anytime we want to investigate there, and it's pretty. It's tied to the. It's actually tied to the Sterling Opera House. The owner used to reside there as well, and there's quite a story there with a
That's
suspicious
on my bucket list.
murder. And
Yeah, Sterling Opera House in Derby, Connecticut's got so much that wow. It's got the old school statues inside. I've seen pictures online. It's got, like,
the old play cards or whatever they're called are still on the walls underneath the stage. I mean, that place had what's it, Tiny Tim, or Tom Thumb? Is that who I'm thinking of? Tom Thumb?
Yeah.
And the magician there, what's his
Houdini.
name? Houdini performed there.
Houdini.
Actually,
I'm just gonna say, I'm pretty sure Houdini performed there. Yeah.
Yeah. If you stand on stage, there's this trap door that's still in the floor.
Yep.
That they had cut out. Yeah, it's pretty
cool.
cool.
Dude, that's majestic. Oh my God, I got to get there
Amelia
so bad.
Earhart, she spoke there.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
So did you see plays there as a kid? Did local kids do plays there? No.
No, that was closed long before I was even around. I think they closed that back in the 40s, maybe the 40s, early 50s. Actually, that whole opera house posed as the fire department, town hall, the police department. There's cells. There's a cell block actually underneath the. If you go downstairs, there's a whole cell block in the old police station. My grandmother was a cop in Derby, and she actually worked there. So that was that's pretty. I mean, that's how close it is to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it runs in your bloodline too.
My family, because the high school, the Derby High School, they used to perform their plays there too as well. So I have my aunt and my grandmother. They performed plays there, and yeah, so it's pretty special. The place is awesome. I hope someday they get to renovate it, just the way it's going. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I hope they don't ever tear it down. I hope they get the money they need to restore it.
Oh, see, that's where I come in. As much as I love the ghost, since I've been in this field, not to talk about me or whatever, but I've gone more to the history side, and I love, because if it's not haunted, at least it's historic. It's 50-50. You know what I mean? You get a shot at something. And I think a lot of these places need to be preserved and saved. That should get a historical placard of some sort. That way they.
I think it's on the. I think it's on the list there. Of historic places in the national.
Well, if I'm in Derby, I'm looking you up, and we're gonna go check that place out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm gonna hold you to it, Chris.
Absolutely.
This is getting recorded.
Yeah,
so
when you come down here, I had my first day off tomorrow, first time in 2 weeks. So my days are slim, but if you come down, I'll make some time, and we'll take a drive around. I'll show you all the sites, the haunted sites, and
you guys heard that. I love this guy. So N.E.S.P.R's kick ass, and you guys just you respect your roots. And like I said, look at this. You're going back to of course, the movies are great. Conjuring, all that stuff's great. And you guys are getting so much recognition for all the Nun and all that stuff. It's so great. But the stuff that you guys do besides that is really the great stuff. We got some more questions. Charles Martin wants to ask. Oops. Sorry, guys. Every time someone posts, the question gets pushed up. Charles Martin asks, any paranormal experiences ever while on police duty? That's a good question, Charles. Thank you.
Oh, geez.
That's different.
I'm trying to think for myself. I know there have been. There's been several. Obviously, you guys know or you probably heard other paranormal investigators talk about Hookman Cemetery in Seymour. That's I know Eric Vitale. He's been there a number of times, and yeah, I mean that's a haunted cemetery. There's always activity there. Lots of guys I work with, when they experience something, I'm the first one they call. You know what I mean? Hey, this happened.
That's someone, because someone asked a question earlier. I'm sorry, I don't know who it was. I'm sorry, I apologize who asked it. But someone asked I think it was Ross, the boss, King. He asked if your fellow police officers know that you're a paranormal guy, and do they rib you at all or anything like that. But I think people respect that now more than ever, and they must know, obviously.
Well, my coworkers rib me about everything. It doesn't matter what I do, and vice versa. But yeah, no, I get some ribbon, but it's all good. But you know, at the same time, they know if something happens, I'm the first one that's getting the call. You know, about anything spooky or you know, a good story. I'll give you a good one. This isn't my story, but it's one of my favorites. Years ago, we had gone to, and this is going to sound almost fake, because it's so spooky. But we had gotten a call to a house. This was overnight. I was working mids. Actually, I think I was working the desk, and we had gotten a frantic call from somebody, from a woman. She's like, "There's somebody in my house. There's somebody screaming for help in my bathroom. And I'm here alone with my daughter, my young daughter, and it's just me." They ran out of the house. They're like, "Nobody else is here. We're the only ones that live here. There's somebody screaming in my bathroom." So I send my guys up there, and so they, you know, they're rushing to get up there. They scream into the front of the house, and somebody's screaming for help inside the building. So they're going in and they're clearing the house as they go through. And they could hear it. They hear this person yelling for help. So they're going through the house. They're looking for work, and sure enough, the last room they get to is that bathroom. They kick open the door. The screaming stops. They open up. You know, the drape to the bathtub was closed, of course, because why wouldn't it be? And they open it up, and there's nothing there. But they heard the screaming themselves. So the guy comes back. One of my guys, he comes back. He's like, "Hey, you know, I didn't tell these people up there, but you know, last year, the year before, the tenants that lived in that house, because it's a rental, there was a lady there that committed suicide, and she slit her wrists in the bathtub."
In the bathtub.
And I go, "You're full of shit," right? So I sure enough, I went into the records and I pulled it up. It was to the date. It was the same date. So you know that residual hauntings that people talk about.
Yeah.
This is what they experienced. They had a residual haunting. It happened the same night at the same time, and just
wow.
It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
I was gonna say I gotta get the yeah.
That was real. That's something that happened to you know, a coworker.
And there's no story, there's no headlines, like you say. No one's looking for fame out of this. It's just shit happens all the time, and it's hard to believe it unless you kind of. But when you see people some people are batshit crazy, but for the most part, man, there's a lot of things that go on that we can't explain, and people are just quick to think, "Oh, people are crazy," or maybe they're on drugs, or maybe they're lying. Right. But it's because people are scared. You can't find the answer to things. Like, that's crazy, because when you die, they say that time doesn't matter anymore, but yet the spirit knows it's the anniversary. So you tell me, right?
Well, you know, if it's residual, you know, it's not so much that it's that spirit.
Oh, that's true.
Actual spirit. You know what I mean? It's
that's true.
That moment imprinted in time at that exact day and time. That's what happened, you know, a year ago on that date and time, and it's imprinted forever. Or you know, I don't know if it's still going. I don't know if it's still going on, but I haven't heard it happening again. But
in your eyes, you can't stop that. Like, you can't tell the spirit move on. That's going to happen for eternity. Like you say, you're not even sure if it still happens, but it would, right?
Right. Who knows? Maybe.
That's fucking mind blowing. Wow, that's a great story. Wow, Chris, that's amazing. I love stuff like that, because you literally could make a movie out of that, even though it's just but the thought of that, to hear a spirit scream because of that, and for you to hear, like you say, "No way, you're pulling my leg," but it's true. She actually took her own life in that tub, and she's replaying it on her own. Wow. Jimmy, I'm sorry, I keep blowing this cover. Bob Winterborn asks if you've ever had a UFO experience on duty as a police officer or paranormal investigator.
I think he knows the answer to that one.
Of course he does. He does it 5 times.
But whoever that person is, he must be reading my mind.
Good job. Good question, Bog.
But yes, I did. We all had my whole shift had an experience. This goes back to my midnight days when I worked midnights. We had been getting calls of a UFO hovering low to the ground, not low to the ground, but just above building height. I guess maybe 4 or 5 stories high. So there was a bunch of us all over town. We're spread out. We're a small department, but we got 4 or 5 guys out on the road, and we all saw it. Actually, what it was just a bunch of red lights on a. It's hard to describe because you wouldn't even. You couldn't see it. All you could see were the lights underneath it, and it was a light here, a light there. They were spread out. It wasn't like a bunch of lights, but it was just maybe 10 lights on the bottom of it. And the only way you knew it was there was because it blocked out the clouds and any stars, and it just kind of floated. It made no noise. And
really,
I remember, yep. And it went right over the police station, and our dispatcher ran out the back door to look up, and he could see it. It slowly was. It was heading. I guess it would be north, like in northwest, and it just slowly just kept on going. And there, we actually called. There is an airport in the next town over in Oxford. We had called them to see if there was any blimps or anything like that, and there was nothing. There was nothing showing up on their radars. They hadn't gotten any reports of anything. But yeah, that was my experience. And
UFO Fred's lighting up in chat. You're getting him drooling. He's all about it. He loves craft. Fred Richards. Wow. So your whole department, it's not like it was just you. And did I see that you got like 8 witnesses?
No, it was our whole shift. There was probably 6 of us at the most, 5 or 6
wow.
of us had seen it.
Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive. So there's a picture in chat. That's not the real Annabelle. That's the movie Annabelle from Annabelle 3. Annabelle Comes Home. The picture of Chris and Jimmy with Annabelle. That's Annabelle's a Raggedy Ann doll. That's not the real. That's the Annabelle from the movie, guys. So you guys can stop guessing questions. That's not the real Annabelle. We met that movie once. Yeah, that was the Warren thing, but
right. That was a gift to us from that one with me and Jimmy, or me and that fan of mine. That was the day we actually got that. That was gifted to Tony and Judy to put in the museum. Yeah, that's from Annabelle Comes Home. We got that right before we did a lecture at Southern Connecticut State University, and we actually brought it out on stage, and everybody loved it. It was pretty cool.
That's my first movie prop. Well, I think there's a movie prop in Salem from The Nightmare Before Christmas, but basically that's my first real movie prop to see ever. And that'll be at the Warren Con, not the new Warren Con, but the next Warren Con this year. I'm sure you guys will bring that again.
Yep. So the movie Annabelle will also be on display. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it's not possessed, or it could be possessed, but it was used in the movie, and it's almost freakier than the real one.
It's sitting in the haunted museum right now, so who knows?
Well, it's gonna get something if it's not. Oh man, I almost got in there. Me and Heather when we went that time. We ended up going to see Ed Lorrain's, Judy's son Chris McKenna, and we went to go see him at the house. We didn't get to go into the occult museum, but we get to go to the house, the Dead End Street in Monroe, and then we get to go see Ed Lorrain's grave, and then we went to the diner that morning, and then we get to see you guys that night. So Monroe, and then of course, actually, before we even got there, we get to a place you guys really love, and Ed Warren loves, the Union Cemetery with the White Lady in Connecticut. We get to go there, me and Heather. That was a great little cemetery. A lot of lore there.
Yeah, I have yet to witness the White Lady there, but there's been tons of claims, and there's still people post stuff. They still she's still being seen out there. Ed loved that place. That's where he spent all his free time.
I read the book Graveyard he wrote.
Sitting,
it's all about that. Yeah.
Yeah. He would sit there when he didn't have anything else to do. He'd sit there and just record evidence, or try to capture any. Obviously, you've probably seen the video evidence that he did catch there. That's phenomenal evidence. Yeah.
Oh my God! And even in his book, he talks about how he talked to her. He was there enough where she would make herself president. He almost considered her a friend in a way, because she would just make herself seen. Actually, my girl Heather Witchen's got a great. She used to have her for a cover photo, a picture she took there where there was a white mist out back. It's during the day. It's hard to say, but I like to think it was her. But what a beautiful little cemetery! Is it one of your favorite things to do too? Have you always been at cemeteries yourself?
Yeah, it's not like I said, my favorite thing to do is help people out. But I do enjoy. It's funny. My free time is I don't have much, so I kind of spend it. When I do have to take a day off, I try to do it on a more what I think is more important case. Of helping somebody or helping out a family, a child that's. I prefer to use my days off that way. But when I do get to go, like when somebody invites me and I do have a day off and I'm not doing something and I do go, I always end up having a good time. You know what I mean? I do have a good time when we go out on those. I do like to talk to people. I like to hear their stories, and I like to, people get excited to show their evidence. And I love looking at that stuff. I love seeing the people get excited over, their mist or, their EVP.
You're going to fall in love with me then, because when I meet you, I'm going to show you everything I got. You're going to fall in love with me, brother. I'm not shy. You know that, Chris.
All your toys. Pull out all your toys.
The thing is, though, honestly, dude, I'm like you. In that aspect, I'm just a dude. I use my voice recorder. I take pictures, and then I sit there and use my senses. Because how I figure about it, 9 out of 10 people that see ghosts, in my opinion, aren't sitting there with PKE meters and spirit boxes and shit. You see them when you're making a sandwich or when you're sleeping or taking a shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I sit in a room and I wait for 3 hours, I don't need a beeper going off or a radio backwards. That's all annoying to me. I'm like dowsing rods and a voice recorder. That's how I roll. I love that. I love how you said that earlier. How you're old school.
And I talk about this with Dan a lot. When we go out on a family investigation to help out a family, we rely on the interview to determine what's going on. We don't always, or hardly ever, get past the interview portion of quote unquote investigation, because we're talking to the family for 2-3 hours sometimes, and by the time we're done talking with them, we kind of know what they're going through already, and we're able to either suggest something or maybe narrow it down to what the problem really is, and how we can fix it without even doing it. And I know, you do know Eric Vitale, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. And
okay.
Patricia, his wife. Yeah.
He used to get upset because we didn't get to use all the equipment, because we spent the whole time, we figured it out before we even got to it. But now he's like, I get it. He goes, it's about the people. It's not so much the evidence. But I don't even know where I was going with that, with this whole thing. But yeah, we don't rely on the
evidence and stuff.
The evidence stuff and catching evidence. And you know what? It's the way we prefer it. I don't know. It's easier that way.
Yeah. Well, especially you being a police officer, you kind of use your detective initiatives of just your sixth senses, sight, hearing, and sound. Man, it really is what we go off of, and I think that's. Well,
I think you asked that question early on, but yeah, regarding how being a police officer helps out in this line, but just with speaking to people, you're able to, I'm able to talk to somebody, and without them even knowing that I'm kind of prying into things, and actually Dan's very good at this as well. I used, kind of an interrogation technique to talk to people to figure out, if they're lying to me. Because a lot of times people are embarrassed, so they lie. And I'm not saying it like, they're liars, like it's negative, but sometimes people don't want to be very forthcoming.
Yeah,
what's
it's
really
a human
going
trait,
on
I
in their
guess.
life.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're hiding stuff, but sometimes that stuff they're hiding is important to figure out what's really going on, and to be able to get to the root of what's going on, you gotta kind of pry sometimes, and having that interrogation kind of background, it helps.
You know what to look for the signs too. If someone's like getting fidgety or nervous, you're like, okay, there's something's not right here. You can, the body functions. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Charles Martin asked a question a little bit ago. Sorry about that, Charles. Like I say, every time someone asks a question, it gets bumped up in chat. If I didn't ask your question, guys, we got about 10 minutes left, so go ahead and ask, and I'll try to get to them. We're talking to Chris Gilloren of N.E.S.P.R. He's got some great stories, a lot of great experience with us. What the hell was that question? I can't see it now. What did you ask Charles Martin earlier? I can't see it. He asked, I believe, where is that? Okay, did you go to the Amityville house? Have you been to Amityville, New York?
Never.
At all? No.
I've never gone.
That's
no.
older. No. That's what I thought.
Well, I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't really gone to many popular haunted places other than the Conjuring house. Yeah, that's really it. We did the
Amityville's a private residence anyway. You only go where you're asked to go. Yeah, you guys do lunches. Right. You guys did dinners with the Conjuring. I believe they sold that or whatever. Hey, I got a question. I got a question for you, Chris. You ever been to Maine? My state?
Oh yeah, I go. I go. We love Maine. We go up there every summer. I go up there 3 times a year.
No shit, really? Where at?
Yeah. Andover. You know where Andover is?
Yeah.
Up in the North Woods up there.
Beautiful fishing.
Yeah, I go camping up there. Yeah, Richardson Lakes.
Very gorgeous. God's cut you out in the beautiful way up there by Allagash and stuff, like not Allagash, but the Adirondack. What the hell is up there? Like Moosehead Lake and shit, way up there, right?
Yeah. That long name of the lake is just up north from the Richardson Lake where I go. I love it up there. Bigfoot's been reported up there.
Yes, Bigfoot and Wendigo too. Stephen King country.
Yes. I've seen a couple of UFOs up on that lake also.
Really?
A couple times. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You listening, Fred? This is our neck of the woods, Fred Richards. Listen up. This is Maine we're talking here.
But yeah, no, I love Maine. Maine's great. Speaking of haunted places, let me just get a quick plug in for the Hinsdale House. If whoever buys tickets for the Paracon is going to be put into a raffle to spend a night free of charge for up to 6 people. They'll be able to investigate the Hinsdale House. Yeah,
up at Danny Class's place up in Hinsdale, New York. Yes. Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
Danny. We reached out to Danny a couple of weeks ago. Well, I'm sorry, Danny reached out to us a couple of weeks ago, and we were able to put that up together. Danny's going to be at the Paracon as well. He'll have a table up there, as well as the Heinzens from the Conjuring house. They'll have their table up there too.
Corey Heinzen from Mexico, Maine. I know them very well. And Adam, the historian ghost hunter, will be there with Witchin. We were there last year. I did reach out to Dan and said if he needed anybody to lecture, if anybody drops out, or if you guys need 5 minutes, do it. I will do it for free because I love you guys. I'll go up there and just shoot the shit for 10 minutes. Seriously, I will do anything for you guys. I look up to N.E.S.P.R,
You're more than welcome. We'll take care of you. Make sure, just be there. That's all. Just
I will. Me and Heather already got the dog-friendly hotel booked. We already got the One-Armed Bandits booked at Mohegan Sun for when we go early. You know us. We support and share the hell out of you guys because not that we look up to you, because you don't need, obviously, false idols or whatever, but if you're going to be in this field and you're going to be someone to follow, obviously it's Ed Lorrain. And if they trusted the reins to Dan and Tony and you guys, and you look and see that you guys are still following suit, like people might say, well, they went Hollywood, but maybe they did. But at the same time, you know what? This stuff needs to be brought to light. And Lorraine was proud of the Conjuring series. She loved the producer. I saw the interviews with her. She was, so I think what you guys are doing is fantastic. And you guys have so much more to offer than, for those of you listening, N.E.S.P.R, they do home cases all the time. You see them, they're off to New Jersey, off to a home case, and you guys don't brag or boast. You don't go live. Like you say, it's about helping people. And
a lot of people, go, oh, you need more social media content. You got to go live, and you got to show your evidence that you get at that. No, we don't.
No.
That's not us.
No.
We do our Paracon, and we have a couple events that we do, throughout the year. But that the stuff with the families is private. Those people deserve peace, and
the Prawn family and Conjuring, they're all behind it. They all signed off on this movie shit, but not a lot of people want to be known like that. You guys have thousands of cases, not just 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Like Ed and Lorraine didn't just do the Conjuring and Annabelle. They had thousands, but they don't promote them all because it's like almost like a police officer or a therapist. You're not going to tell people about it unless the clients sign off. And half the times, this is hell for these people. It's not as fun as people think. People want to see demons so bad, but they really don't. Someone asked a question earlier too. We can go a little over if you don't mind. That's it. We're gonna go a little bit over if you don't mind. Someone asked a question earlier. I'm sorry for whoever asked it. They asked if you've ever witnessed an exorcism or if you've ever seen like a possession. Have you seen something that bad yet?
Yes. Yeah. I've been involved in a few of them.
Wow.
The actual exorcism I haven't been a part of.
Okay.
The priest that we used prefers to do it more of a closed door, which that's fine. That's what the priest wants. So, of course, I'm going to respect that. Yep. But I have seen people under possession. Wow. I've seen people's faces deform.
Oh boy!
Just they like almost like they've been struck in the face, or in the head. You get like a knot on your head. When you bump your head.
Yeah.
Just form. Just the magic. It's magically appear on their head, their forehead. Oh. And I've seen I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it.
Oh my God. You want to see this shit, but you really don't want to see this shit. This is faces of death. Seeing this stuff it lays in your brain, Chris, right? I mean,
you gotta be careful. You gotta know what you're doing, or surround yourself with people, because I don't claim to know everything there is to know about this stuff. And I don't know if everybody even knows what's going on. But like Tony and Dan, we all learn from Ed and Lorraine, and to some extent, but you don't go into that not knowing what you're dealing with, and not knowing what you should expect going into it. So you got to prepare yourself. We prepare before we go into these things.
And you guys have rituals and refuge. Plus, you have people to call on. A lot of these people, and like we were saying earlier, like it's not a big deal if you want to go have a weekend warrior aspect of it and catch some stuff. But if you're gonna go deep, man, you better be prepared. Otherwise, you may make the situation worse. And like you say, you better know what's up, and you better have the knowledge. Lorraine, I've read the Satan's Harvest book about Maurice Thibodeau, the guy from Maine, the possessed farmer, and they saw his doppelganger. And but I don't want to spoil the book, but that's some crazy shit. Just reading that book and I love horror movies and heavy metal and shit, and that's still like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's definitely nuts. You see the videos on that, and it's just, that's a chilling video. Every time
we watched it with you guys, the Tears of Blood. Yeah,
right.
You watched it, and he cried. Chilling. He cried and drooled on his white shirt, and as soon as it hit the shirt, it started turning red. And there's no food dye. This is fucking the 80s home video. This is real stuff. We watched that as we're trying to swallow our ragoons or a ravioli there at Roberto's last year, 2 years ago, with you guys. The Satanic Idol says, "Thank you, Adam.
These are real people. Those are real people that are suffering. So when we're watching this,
Yeah.
You know, you got to keep that all in mind. This isn't fake. These are real lives.
And you're with that with the police aspect, because you do that every day, from possible, a guy beating his wife to someone shooting him, what, God forbid. So you got a very, I don't want to say dangerous life, but you live a very high profile life. So real quick, we got a couple of minutes left, and I really want to get to know Chris, and I want to kind of get away from this stuff for a second. What's your favorite rock band? What's your favorite music, bud?
I'm actually, I'm a big Metallica fan, but when I say that, Eric Vitale is going to get mad at me.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not even half a Metallica fan that he is.
He's so a stalker, dude.
It's embarrassing for me to even say it. But I do like Metallica, and I've got tickets to go at the end of the month to go see them up in Boston.
Oh shit! I've never seen Metallica. That'd be cool. Vitale's seen it like 300 times.
Back in 89, I think 87 or 89, one of those.
Ooh, you saw
back in the day.
The original lineup then, or was Cliff alive then? I forget. No, he wasn't.
No.
He did pass.
No.
So you grew up on Metallica then? I was gonna say, did you actually grow up on that shit, or yeah, you did then?
Yeah, that was back high school.
Very cool. Very cool. I like doing fun stuff too. What's your go-to for a treat, or for like a meal? Like if you got a big investigation, you want to treat yourself. You got a big lasagna dinner, like Tony said, or do you do chicken? What do you do? You seem like you're a venison guy. You seem like you're a hunter fisher type guy.
No, I'm not a hunter.
No,
and not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my thing. But I like Italian food. Need some raviolis and pasta. And it's all the bad stuff, I'm a big guy, so
I let a boy. Nothing wrong with it. You got to eat, brother.
I did have that tonight. But, I love it. I do like Italian.
Meatballs, Heather says there. She's Italian. Everybody, all the people are checking out. We're gonna go in a minute. Steve Johnson. Everybody says great show. Charles Martin, Steve Johnson, Joe Mello, UFO Fred, the atheist who believes, King, Charles Martin, Satanic Idol. They all tuned in to listen to Chris Gilloren and me tonight. I'm going to have you back on, Chris, because I feel like I could talk to you for another hour, dude.
Yeah, no, that was fun. It was good. Yeah, I can't believe it's been an hour already.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let's plug some shit. King said we can go a couple minutes over. Where can people find N.E.S.P.R? I already know, but for those listening, where can people find you in New England Society for Psychic Research?
Oh, you can find us easily. Just type in our name on Facebook. We put most of our content on there. Like I said,
Google it even.
Warrens.net. Let's see, the Paracon you can follow also on Instagram on Warrens /Paracon. And am I missing anything? And of course, you can look at any of us up and find us on Facebook too.
Real quick, Jimmy's daughter, Amy. Happy birthday, Amy. He's upstairs.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Amy. Thank you so much for listening. She's listening. Everybody was giving a happy birthday. I'm like, who the fuck's Amy and who was her birthday? But now I see the comment. So what about you, Chris? Do you have your own? I know Jimmy's all over TikTok and shit. Do you have TikTok or Instagram for your personal thing that people can check you out?
I'm on there, but I don't have anything posted. I don't really get into that. I'll go on and flip through.
Yeah,
go on TikTok at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Go on TikTok live at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's a freak show. Holy cow.
It's like Walmart at 2 a.m.
Oh my God. It's nuts. It catches me though. I'm at work. I work constantly. And
I gotta say, I asked you to be on my show 3 months ago.
Yeah. Right.
Bog's daughter's name's Amy. Oh, what a coincidence. Bog and Jimmy's daughter are both named Amy. Oh, Amy's your girlfriend? What? All right. Well, his girlfriend. Oh, his girlfriend. Oh, my bad. Well, I thought it was his girl. Shit. Well, happy birthday, Amy, regardless of you're someone's daughter, right?
Happy birthday, Amy.
Edible. That's it. Chris, too, I got to ask you real quick. Remember that time I talked about Mystic Pizza and you blasted me on it?
Yeah, you said it was good, right?
Well, no, I said I want to go because the movie was there. I said, I got to try it. I hear it's the best on A Slice of Heaven or whatever. It's their motto. And you're like, it's gross.
Did you go?
I haven't gone yet. I haven't gone to Connecticut since Corona. I want to go. That's why I'm saying if I get them going, you and me can go check out the Derby place, and then I can go check out Mystic Pizza and buy you a pie.
If you're going to go to Derby, and then you go to Mystic Pizza, are you?
Well, just because the movie Julia Roberts was there, plus they got a seaport, right? Pirates were there, I guess.
You'll be very disappointed.
That's what you
If
said.
you drive by, if you drive from Derby through New Haven, of all places, to Mystic to get pizza, you're missing out.
But
New
just
Haven
the
pizza
lore itself, you know what I mean? I'll probably have to. I don't know.
Hey, who am I to judge?
I love this guy, man. I feel like I've gotten to know you because we were friends, but we haven't really ever shot the shit.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That's cool. I'll get you on here again. You're a busy dude. Thank you for serving, and thank you for everything you do in N.E.S.P.R. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody listening, possibly? Because it's going to be on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. I know you got kids and stuff that follow. You're a big baseball fan, a Yankees fan. I'm not going to hold that against you. I'm a White Sox fan, actually, believe it or not.
Are you really? No kidding.
Yeah. Back in the 90s, man. Bo Jackson, Frank Thomas, Robin Ventura, when Nolan Ryan and him getting a fight. I
went to Cooperstown when Frank Thomas got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I love Frankie.
I'll have to. I got some cool pictures that I was able to grab of him. I'll print out a couple and give them to you.
Oh,
I'll send them to you.
Thank you so much. Being a Bears fan too, like I hate the Packers, but I love rivalry. So I respect you being a Yankees fan, dude. And I see you just met. I know we're gonna go real quick. One more minute, Ross. Who did you just meet recently? Some baseball player you were really proud of, an old Yankees pitcher, right?
I belong to a club called the World Series Club in Hartford. And they put on meetings every month, and they'll have different players. And who's the? You caught me off guard. I can't remember his name now.
Was it Louis Tiant? Was it? No, not Louis Tiant.
Oh yeah, I've met Louis Tiant. He's great. He's a nice guy. Charlie Hayes.
Charlie Hayes. Yes, that's what it was. Charlie Hayes.
He caught the last out of the '96 World Series.
In the series,
yeah.
No, yeah, that's a big one. Oh man, I love Bernie Williams. I love all of them. I love all the players. I don't care whose team they play. Of course, it's good to have rivalries, but I mean, of course, I've been to a couple of Red Sox games, but you got to respect the Yankees, you know. Who's your football team? Is it the Patriots?
No, I'm a New York Giants fan. I don't follow as much as I used to, though.
Oh, the G-men.
Yep. Yeah,
cool. All right.
All my teams are New York teams.
Last question. What's your go-to for movies? What's your thing?
Geez, The Conjuring. The Conjuring, but I like the comedies. You know, something about Mary.
Oh, Adam Sandler stuff.
Adam Sandler's movie.
Yes.
Chris Farley. Chris Farley was my favorite.
Oh.
I liked all those.
Well, yeah, because you posted that picture down in the van by the river with that picture of you with the glasses, and I fucking laughed my ass off you.
Yeah, I had a shirt on. I don't know if you saw the shirt. I'm a big fan of comedy. I love comedy. I like that stuff too.
I see you tag your friends, cops and comedians. I go, cops and comedians and ghost chasers. I love it. That's my type of people.
Actually, let me give a quick plug to my buddy Donnie Salvo. He's going to be emceeing the Paracon. We just settled that up yesterday. Follow him. He's on TikTok as well. That's Donnie Salvo. And he's a stand-up comedian here in Connecticut. He owns Salvo. I forgot his business there. But
Johnny Salvo. I'm sure you guys can Google him and find him. Comedian in Connecticut, Johnny Salvo.
Yeah. Salvo Productions. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember. He's gonna kill me for not remembering.
It's been a long week. No, kudos. It's been an hour. I've wrecked your brain. Ross kicking me out. So thank you, Paranormal King Radio. Thank you, Chris Gilloren from N.E.S.P.R, New England Society for Psychic Research in Connecticut.
We'll
see you guys at the Warren Con, October 29th and 30th in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun. Let's go gambling. Let's go see some satanic idols, and let's go hang out with some great people. Bless it all. Historically Haunted Show. Chris Gilloren's the man. God bless you all. Have a great night. Peace out. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
You're welcome, Chris. Bye-bye.
Hello, this is Adam Began, and I'm the host of Historically Haunted Show, where I talk about some very rare historical and haunted locations that I visited. I also interview some of the very best in the paranormal and cryptozoology field. So tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Paranormal King Radio Network. And prepare to be educated about the unknown.